shadow of the San Gabriel Mountains, Arroyo Seco, also home to the UCLA Bruins, and it just doesn't get much better than this. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Bruins will kick it away to start. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So Washington State's return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15. Washington State going quickly. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds his back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Pulls it in. I know you want to stretch the field horizontally, but working a little vertical in wouldn't hurt either.
No, it wouldn't. And you got to be able to work with some space. There's an entire field that we got to attack on offense right now. That was just way too much work.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the UCLA Bruins offense will go to work for the first time today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys get everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. 2nd down coming up. Dropping back, it's Wall. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
They'll run it from the gun. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the 1st down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Defense makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put 1 mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
He makes the connection. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Man, the last thing you want after controlling the ball, moving it down the field, is to have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and goal.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal. You knock it through the uprights. You've got the lead. Everything right now looking good.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They'll go right back to the run. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Washington State lines up quickly. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Off the play fake. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Get the sack, getting the fumble.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Trying to turn the corner on the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking downfield, it's Wall. Oh, he makes the catch. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruin. What a catch and run for 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, though.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Oh, look out! And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he wants it all. What a snag by the defense. Got room on the return. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. The short hands, it's Blunt. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing it too. And in this game, he seems like he's dialed in.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the 2nd half, expect...
And he intercepts it. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
3rd in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that 1st down, and makes the big mistake.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Washington State going quickly. Motion from the offense. Just feeds the running back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. On the option. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive, Dave.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They'll leave it with him. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Wall. He finds his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. It's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters from there in Pasadena today. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. And the Cougars come to the line in the hurry-up. He's looking to pass. Oh, batted into the air and picked off. Got some room to run. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, UCLA! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
You always hear the old saying, tips lead to picks. Quarterbacks have got to be careful. You've got to be so accurate with the ball. If you're not, and a defender tips that thing up into the air, bad things generally happen. Pick 6. Doesn't get much worse than that.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. Delivers the contact. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the running back. Keeps the legs moving. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. On second down, looking again to throw. Makes his connection. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Washington State has it all working right now. Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Morris. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Washington State lines up quickly. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Final minute now of the third quarter.
And you blitz me, I'm getting the ball out of my hands. Really good job understanding that by the offensive coordinator, this quarterback, seeing the blitz, getting the ball to a playmaker, letting him do some damage, and more importantly,
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. They'll try to pop the draw. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
and the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Field goal is good.
That makes the score UCLA 19, Washington State 3.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The give to the lone running back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Give to the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
To throw, it's Wall. Snags it over the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back to back.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Here they come on 3rd down, and the defense has had no answer so far. They go to the ground. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Bruins line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Right on target this time. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes the grab on the left side. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Washington State going quickly.
And that's a first down for the offense.
They'll throw it from the red zone. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Wall. Got his man on the right. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They can move that thing 1 yard here. That'll probably wrap this baby up. Running back searching for a hole. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Direct snap. Quick spin on the run.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. At the 35, he's open. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
This guy just gives you that. He's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Looking for a crease. It's Balkinson. 1 step wrap, 2 step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play is going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. That last field goal was a big one. Now it takes a touchdown to beat them. You want to pin them back on the kickoff here. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. One more play to pad the stats. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
To the air on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively. coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.